Let's look at the travel plans for the Morrison government. We've heard today the PM is confirmed to go to the US next week. First face-to-face, we hope, without others there, with President Biden. Then a meeting of the Quad. That's the US, Japan, India, of course, and us. Right now, we've got the Defence Minister, Peter Credlin, Foreign Minister Marise Payne. They're both overseas. Interestingly, they've flown across the Indo-Pacific. They've gone from Indonesia to India to South Korea. It's all about building support, we're told. But if you can't read between the lines of the diplomatic speak, have a look at their flight path. They've gone the long way around the Chinese airspace. It shows the front of mind focus of these officials on China. And it tells you, doesn't it, Andrew, that they're all going overseas. We've got plenty of things for them to do here, but they obviously are weighting the importance of getting these relationships going, the importance of getting back into that face-to-face travel circuit. That's clearly where it's headed.
Well, at the G7 Plus, the code for China was Joe Biden understands the Indo-Pacific, the challenges of the Indo-Pacific. That's what they say. And littered through those statements of President Biden's and Scott Morrison's about this meeting today is the term Indo-Pacific. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. That's what it's about. That's why Scott Morrison thinks it's important to meet face-to-face with these leaders, despite copping another quarantine stint because of it. And he'll have a bilat with Joe Biden in the White House as well. But it's, you know, it's a 4-day trip for another 14 days quarantine, thanks very much. But it's all about that. Australia wants to be on the same page as the US on China and vice versa. And to really, Biden wants to consolidate this Quad, as it's called, Quadrilateral Security Dialogue with India and Japan, and create something of a force for China to reckon with, not for these countries to be won out.
I've got to ask you about Gladys Berejiklian and the decision not to go all the time, at least to these daily conferences. They will still happen. I think some thought they won't happen. They will happen, but she won't always be there. A lot of blowback from journalists. I don't know if you were in that camp. Labor complaining bitterly. I must say, Daniel Andrews doesn't turn up every day. I haven't seen the same reaction in Victoria. Do you think there's a double standard, or do you think she looked tricky around ICAC?
Well, there's certainly strong speculation that there might have been some ICAC commitments she needed to attend to, and so it was as good a week as any as to do something she was planning to do for some time. And she can't comment on what ICAC are doing, as she's made clear, so we'll never know. Generally speaking, I think the issue was she didn't say you're going to have health officials instead of me. And I think that was the problem. If she said, I'll do 3 a week and you have the health minister, or as we had today, health officials every other day, everyone would have been fine. She said there was going to be a video message. And I think that's why there was a real blowback, not to mention the fact the ICUs are supposed to be peaking in the next couple of weeks. So I think that was the issue. Clearly, she felt there was a lot of blowback from it because she turned up Monday when I don't think she was intending to, no matter what she said. And today, the health officials stood up. There was no video message. So I think everyone pretty much landed in the middle. But it wasn't the end of the world, that's for sure, in my view. But people do want some accountability. A massive issue is there hasn't been state parliament since June 23. I think that's unacceptable.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I think that needs to be attended to. You've got people working in supermarkets for very little pay, risking the coronavirus. So why aren't the politicians in there? So she needs to fix that. But I think it's been sorted out, put it that way. And I didn't jump on board, but I did hear early on that ICAC might have been a consideration.